player is waiting for the contract to come to an end. Of course, he has already discussed with the team. Hello guys and welcome back. This is your boy Darlon Football, and as you know, the January transfer window for the year 2025 is gradually approaching. Of course, there are a whole lot of stories that are popping up on the transfer market now, and in this video we want to be talking pretty much about most of them. But before we start, guys, I hope and I believe that each and everyone is enjoying the moment with your loved ones. I pray that the Lord will see us through the year 2025. If you believe, let me know that right in the comment section down below. Now, without further ado, guys, let's jump real quick into the story. Let's start from Liverpool. Most of Liverpool players' contract will be coming to an end in the year 2025. We have Virgil van Dijk, Mohamed Salah, as well as Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, after the game Liverpool played against Leicester City last night, and his lot was asked a question about the contract renewal between the club and these three players. Now, according to the manager, there were a whole lot of concrete negotiations going on between the club and the players, but just that they are not trying to make it public. They are keeping it privately, so meaning that a whole lot of things are going on between these three players and the club as well. But guys, let's understand that according to what I'm hearing, guys, the contract renewal between Liverpool and Trent Alexander-Arnold keeps on becoming more complicated, all because Trent Alexander-Arnold is demanding a weekly salary of 350,000 euros, whilst Liverpool are ready to pay 250,000 euros, meaning the difference between what Trent Alexander-Arnold is requesting for and the amount Liverpool are ready to pay is 100,000 euros. A huge sum of money, of course, so meaning that agreement haven't been reached at all. And if Liverpool don't act fast, then it means that gradually the player is leaving the club, because Real Madrid are at the corner waiting for the player to be free so that they will just pick him. But guys, let's understand that FC Barcelona have also come in the picture. Of course, they have joined the race for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Don't forget that this same thing happened way back during Ronaldo's time. Of course, Ronaldo was moving to Manchester United, but all of a sudden FC Barcelona came in the picture and then convinced the player to move straight to their team. Of course, a free agent, guys, anything can happen, so don't forget about that. Now, Antonio Silva, despite all Manchester United links, guys, Juventus have also joined the picture. Now, the player has spoken, and according to him, he is more interested in joining Juventus than Manchester United. Of course, Juventus have contacted the agent of the player, who is Jorge Mendes. Guys, they have spoken, and according to the agent, he has nothing to say about it since the player is interested, but now all the final decision depends on Benfica because the player is still under contract. So now the player is ready to join Juventus and not Manchester United. Don't forget about that. Now, Jonathan Tah to FC Barcelona. If you have been following my channel, guys, I keep on talking about this very transfer. This time around, Barcelona are so close getting Jonathan Tah. There have been a whole lot of discussion. Of course, they have talked about salary, commissions, and of course, the length at which the player is going to stay in the club. What I'm hearing is that the contract will be valid until June 2030. So, meaning a whole lot of more years to come where the player is going to be in Barcelona. So, pretty much, guys, despite all this movement, understand that Bayern are still there waiting to get the player. Of course, if it comes to free agent, the player can take any final decision on the final point. So let's not forget about that. But now let's understand that for all this transfer, this is never going to happen in January, but rather the player is waiting for the contract to come to an end. Of course, he has already discussed with the team, which is Bayern Leverkusen. Agreement have been reached that the player will leave the club. He's not ready to leave in January. All agreements have been reached on the player leaving Bayern Leverkusen as a free agent. So by hook or crook, the player will leave. But as to when he's moving to Barca or Bayern Munich, guys, that is what I'm saying. Barca are so close getting Jonathan Tah. So that is that. Now, we are still in Barca, and we are not going to forget about the contract renewal of Pedri, Gavi, as well as Lamine Yamal. Of course, 2025, their contract will be coming to an end. Let's understand that the manager of FC Barcelona, who is Hansi Flick, is ready and wish to be working with all these three players, Pedri, Gavi, as well as Lamine Yamal. Guys, let's understand that for Lamine Yamal, he's a special player to FC Barcelona. As we are talking now, guys, Barca are done preparing the contract renewal for the player. So it left with the player to go through and then sign the document. But let's understand that Barca are looking for a long-term deal for Lamine Yamal. They believe that the player is very young and he can get a whole lot of more time in Barcelona. Now, We cannot also talk about transfer news without talking about Anthony and Manchester United. A lot of people are linking the player to different clubs. Of course, it is popping up throughout the internet. But guys, let's understand that Anthony will leave Manchester United if Manchester United tells the player to leave. So if Manchester United don't tell the player to leave or look for other opportunities, then it means that the player is happy, he's ready to stay in the club. Don't forget that just recently, the manager, who is Ruben Amorim, just drew the player's attention that he wants to make more opportunities for him in the club. So he's ready to help the player improve upon himself. The player is happy and he's ready to stay in the club. Just as I said, if he will leave, then that would mainly depend on Manchester United decision on the player to leave the club. Now, the same thing applies to Raheem Sterling at Arsenal, guys. As it stands now, the player is injured for a couple of weeks. He'll be back. A lot of people are linking him to different clubs. They're saying he'll be leaving the club, guys. What is the truth behind it? Sterling, as it stands now, is ready to still stay in Arsenal. He's ready to compete. If he comes back, there's no way he's leaving the club. He's going to stay and then fight for his position in Arsenal. So he's not going anywhere. He's now focusing on his loan and fight for his position. Now, again, Marcus Rashford, for the fourth time, he hasn't been part of Manchester United squad. Don't forget that just recently they played against Wolverhampton Wanderers, and guys, he was still not part of the squad. So there's a likelihood that the player will be leaving the club in the January transfer window. And with that, Napoli are the club who wants to use Victor Osimhen for Marcus Rashford as a swap deal. Don't forget that Manchester United are in a way interested in Victor Osimhen, and now Napoli are also interested in Marcus Rashford. So the initiative is coming from Napoli. They want to swap Victor Osimhen for Marcus Rashford. But guys, aside that, PSG are one of the clubs that are also interested in Marcus Rashford. Let's understand that they are ready to pay any amount that Manchester United will demand, except if it is not in the range from 50 and above. If it is below, then they are ready to pay, or because they believe that the player's weekly salary is too huge, which is 300,000 every week, which isn't small amount of money. So if Manchester United will accept anything below 50 million euros, then PSG are ready to pay and then bring the man to St. Princess Park. So pretty much, guys, that is it for today, from Liverpool all the way to Marcus Rashford to PSG. Let me know your thoughts right in the comment section down below. I hope and I believe that you found the video useful. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more, and see you again on the next video. Have a nice day as well. Take care. Bye bye.